what we decide.
All of the things you referenced, I think I raised as potential mitigation that was put forward and dismissed out of hand and not really put up for discussion, which typically happens. So the role of the board and the interaction and the ability to weigh the
Microphone,
positive,
please.
excuse me, to weigh the positive, excuse me.
I just think again that the gas company has failed to demonstrate the need for this, so that they don't meet the inherently beneficial standard from the SICA test, where they just have not demonstrated the need to my satisfaction, where I would feel that that standard has been met. Does anyone else?
I'm not mad.
Anyone? Marianne, Greg, do you want to add anything further? Marianne, you look like you do.
I think just to follow up on what you pointed out, even as well as the need, the substantial detrimental effects resulting from the use reduced or mitigated by the conditions imposed by the board. At a certain point, if there's no back and forth or discussion about all of the dangers and potential negative effects and points that were made by the testimony are not addressed, and they haven't been addressed, that point number 3 of that prong is not addressed, because there was not an ability to provide for any mitigating factors. There's no changes made, and there was no accommodation for any of the dangers that were raised. So I think that second, or excuse me, the third prong was not addressed at all.
And as far as their comment of myself or the board designing the system for that, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. My suggestion was simply for them to investigate other alternatives where we know there's less emissions.
For example,
Okay,
yeah.
that's correct. That happened to the one I tracked down. There are out in the market other technologies in this day and age that produce less emissions and different types of emissions, and we didn't hear any testimony with that regard. And also, we do know there's other regulator stations on this system. They didn't explain to us, or didn't explain to me, why those stations themselves couldn't be expanded or modified to handle this. You know, they are delivering gas since 2011 safely. Why all of a sudden now is a safety problem?
Okay. If no one else has any further comment, Loretta, I just want to make sure that our professionals' breaks, letters, and are part of the record. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's been admitted as part of the record? Okay. Somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to deny the application.
I'm second. You can add comment. You already gave your discussions. You can just,
Yeah.
for the comments given, or you can add more comments.
Yeah, for the comments, for the reasons on the discussion that we just engaged in.
Yes.
Second.
I'll second.
Chris is being seated for Dimitri.
No, Chris is
Oh, yeah,
now-
that's right.
He's not on. Chris is himself.
Apologize.
No one is being seated for Dimitri.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Hearn?
Yes.
So yes
A yes is a vote to deny.
to deny. Mr. Lopresti?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Pesci?
Yes.
Mr. Briamonte?
Yes.
Mrs. Avron?
Yes. Okay, that concludes this hearing.
Motion to adjourn.